The index effect is in full effect when it comes to Robinhood. It's up 14.98% over the last 5 days, up 13.83% on the day. Robinhood is one of a few stocks that's going to be added to the S&P 500, and this is the reason for this significant increase to their share price. So today we're going to be talking about the S&P 500's quarterly rebalancing. We'll start with what is the S&P 500, how rebalancing works, and how you can take advantage of potential opportunities. So the S&P 500 is a basket of the largest U.S. companies. Think NVIDIA, Microsoft, Apple, Google, Amazon. Together, these top 500 companies make up about 80% of the U.S. stock market value. If you're like me and you hold funds like VOO and FXAIX, they give you exposure to a small slice of these 500 companies. Check out this video for more ways to get exposure to the S&P 500. There are several funds that give you low-cost access to investing into this index. I'll have the video linked at the end of this video. So by investing into an ETF like VOO, for example, which is the Vanguard S&P 500 ETF, exchange traded fund, it gives you an easy, no stress way of getting exposure to this whole group of companies. So when it comes to this index, not all the companies are weighted equally. Larger companies like Apple have a bigger piece of the pie. And over time, companies grow, shrink, some of them go under. So the index has to make sure to adjust to stay fresh. That's where rebalancing comes in. Rebalancing happens in two ways: quarterly and annually. Quarterly rebalancing, like what's going on right now in September, this is a light tune-up. Every March, June, September, and December, they make sure to go through and adjust the weight so that one stock doesn't have too high of a percentage when it comes to the index. And then the annual rebalancing occurs every March. This is when the S&P committee reviews thousands of companies and usually swaps out about 20 to 30 of them. The companies need to have over $18 billion market cap, positive earnings, and must be on a major U.S. exchange. So once everything is determined, the committee announces changes about a week ahead of time. Then ETFs like VOO are going to be spending billions in order to match up with the new lineup of companies. So this is what leads to those prices moving drastically overnight, sometimes dropping, but like we saw with Robinhood, this one popped up significantly. Those tech giants like Apple, NVIDIA, and Microsoft right now are making up about a third of the S&P 500, and that's too concentrated. This rebalance is going to cut back on their influence and spread some more weight over to energy, banks, and healthcare. Here's a look at the new additions. We have Robinhood, which is replacing Caesars Entertainment. We're probably all familiar with it. It is a commission-free stock trading app. They have over 25 million funded accounts, and you can trade not just stocks, but also crypto on their app. So this addition of being added to the S&P 500 could lead to billions in ETF inflows for Robinhood. Another addition is AppLovin Corp. They're up 11.27% on the day. Current stock price, $545.48. This company falls under the information tech sector. It gives app creators tools to show ads and attract users and keep people engaged on different apps. It also owns many popular mobile games. So it's big when it comes to mobile entertainment and advertising. It's been a minute for me since I've been addicted to any of those games like Angry Birds. And the last addition that we're going to take a look at is EMCOR Group, ticker symbol EME, which falls under the industrial sector. This one moved up slightly after the announcement. Over the last 5 days, it's up 2.75%, but on the day, it's slightly down 0.46%. And this is a construction and electrical services company. So before we continue with this update, I am Lisa J. Stocks. Make sure to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. and leave me some comments. And when it comes to my portfolio, I'm investing into the S&P 500. These are both long-term holds for me. In my growth portfolio, which is a taxable account, I invest into VOO, and it's up 94.31% over the last 5 years. When it comes to my portfolio, I currently have 19.85 shares, and I'm up 37.65%. My last dividend received was $34.55, and I'm reinvesting those dividends in order to build up my position. And in my retirement account, my IRA over at Fidelity, I invest into FXAIX. Over the last 5 years, up 94.13%. And when it comes to my investment, I'm currently up 40.59%. And my last dividend payment was $485.29. So both of these funds offer low fees, quarterly dividends, and they're adjusted automatically for me during these rebalances. I don't have to lift a finger. I don't have to do any research. Just be consistent. Turn on that drip. Let those dividends be reinvested, and your investments will grow steadily over time. So overall, what does this rebalancing mean for you? If you hold a fund that gives you exposure to the S&P 500, you'll be gaining more diversification, less volatility if the tech market does have a crash. The rise in share price of the stocks that are added, like Robinhood and AppLovin, are going to jump because of all the inflows from the ETFs. But on the other end, we may experience that short-term volatility, a little bit of price swings as everything settles down. So when it comes to a fund like this, you win by staying consistent and staying invested for the long term. Looking back over the performance from 1980 through 2025 so far, there are some years with a negative return, but we also see the strong recovery that comes after. Overall, you will get an average rate of return of about 10% when it comes to investing into the S&P 500. So this rebalancing will make the S&P 500 less tech heavy and in line with those biggest US companies without us doing a thing. So we will see next time around if MicroStrategy or some of these other big names finally make it in. Share your thoughts about the rebalancing in the comments, and check out my linked video to help you determine what is the best S&P 500 investment for your portfolio. Thanks for watching. Check out my referral links, consider channel membership, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can keep up with all of my videos and live streams. Okay, bye.